Oppressed people and the oppressors, welcome to a brand new video. Today we are chaos maxing to the extreme. It is a good time to be not in Korea, ladies and gentlemen. So as someone that's been in a lot of drama in Canada, I'm very excited to be moving to Korea for today's video to not tackle anything even remotely related to myself. This is immediately a huge dub for me. All right, not for Korea, not for the president of Korea who became a dictator and got dethroned in the same day. But yeah, anyway, there's a lot of chaos to be seen, and I'm gonna enjoy all the chaos. Okay, chaos is my bread and butter. We're gonna do this. All right, bro thought he was Palpatine, but he was in fact not Palpatine at all. He fucking walked on the podium and immediately fell down the flight of stairs like Biden after drinking one too many hot chocolates. All right, so South Korea has crashed out. So we're gonna be watching Kim Jong-un, the president of Korea. He is going to become a dictator and get community noted in real time because he gets fucking annihilated. This is one of my favorite downfalls of all time. As someone that is a big fan of downfalls, my last video will in fact probably be my own downfall. I am very excited to see what it's all about. Johnny Somali literally ruined a country. All right, let's fucking go. Now, my gentlemen and female gentlemen, before we dive too deep into the chaos, I must let you know that chaos is sometimes dangerous, and you need to stay safe with all that chaos out there that you probably like looking at, pointing at, and laughing at. So that's why I have to thank the lovely individuals over at ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video. ExpressVPN keeps you safe whether you use unencrypted or unsecured Wi-Fi networks. It makes you much more anonymous online, and I really very much value anonymity. As I am sure you know, I am basically insane when it comes to online anonymity, and ExpressVPN also makes it much more difficult for advertisers and big tech to track you online. And all of this is possible because with ExpressVPN running all of your browsing activity, it is rerouted through their secure encrypted servers. So if you're a conspiracy theory nut job like I am, this is an absolute must. Important to note, I very much like watching a very wide variety of shows. I like consuming all lore, and the issue is not all lore and TV shows and movies exist in any specific country at any given point in time. You want to watch Rick and Morty on Netflix? Well, good luck, because it ain't there in like half the planet. So with ExpressVPN, you can virtually plop yourself anywhere in the world to watch whatever you want to watch, wherever it is actually available. You need a VPN if you plan on being safe online, and if you are as brain rotted as I am, and ExpressVPN is the perfect place to do it. And it is a much safer way to laugh at the chaos around you if you are protected. Right now, you can take advantage of ExpressVPN's Black Friday Cyber Monday offer to get the absolute best VPN deal you will find all year. Use my special link in the description to get an extra 4 months with the 12-month plan or 6 extra months with the 24-month plan. Totally for free. Just go to expressvpn.com/Nuxanor to get an extra 4 or even 6 months of ExpressVPN for free. Once again, click the link in the description. Thank you so much, ExpressVPN, for sponsoring the chaos, and back to the shiz.
This president be like, the risk
as you know, the reason why we're doing the Asmongold is because he goes live, he watches all the stuff, his editor puts together all the relevant bits, so this is how we're doing it, all right? This is how we search for news. The risk I took was calculated, but man, am I bad at math. Anyway, subscribe for more witty commentary about absolute fucknut dictators.
took was calculated, but man, I am bad at math.
The South Korean.
Dude, by the way, all right, I love how this guy's becoming a dictator, and then you still have people in America. It's like, I can't believe Trump is a dictator. It's like, no. This is a dictator, okay? Trump is an orange old man, okay? They are not the same. Anyway.
President declaring martial law in a late-night TV address.
I'm pretty sure this guy has like a 20% approval rating, by the way. Like, oh, dude, what's his name? Kim Jong-un. Yo, check this out. Check this out. All right, so bad news, guys. His approval rating is 19%. No, it falls into the 10% range. No, this is the lowest approval rating of it. Dude, that's fucking awesome. I have to respect that, honestly. And if you want to see something else cool, here, check this shit out. To better understand the reality of South Korea. All right, so first you had this individual overthrown, then Young Bo-sung overthrown, then Park Chung-hee assassinated, then Choi Hong, this fellow overthrown, okay, then Chun Do-hwan sentenced to death, then this guy. These are the list of the presidents of South Korea, okay? This fellow sentenced to 22 years in prison. Kim Young-sam imprisoned. Alright, Kim Dae-jung impeached and sentenced to death. Impeached, arrested, impeached. Bro, this is every freaking president of South Korea. I don't understand. You have people be like, oh, but K-pop is there. We should move. All right, bro. All right, bro. Asia lore. Dude, this is a lot of L's. Holy shit.
CNN's Mike Valerio joining us now from Seoul. Mike, I know the detail pretty sketchy at this point. What do we know?
All right, so dude, he goes full dictator. I'm ready for this. This is good shit.
Well, we have disturbing details that are just crossing the Reuters wire, Becky, as our colleagues and team of journalists are sorting through what this means. Reuters reporting at this hour that all media in South Korea are coming under the control of martial law.
Bro, he's taking over the media. Oh my god, he's going full dictator. Okay, so I didn't really even get the whole story. I got the cliffs notes of the story. I've been in quite the mental kerfuffle over the last couple of days. Let's just say I am currently experiencing some sort of post-Nux clarity while I'm going through all this situation. So I just know the cliffs notes, but I am all here for some fucking chaos. Guy actually becomes a dictator and tries to literally remove all the fucking, immediately take over all the media. Dude, who does he think he is? The Democratic Party? Oh, sorry, that was a little too sizzly.
Command.
That's crazy. Yeah, where's Johnny Somali?
Ah, I made the same joke, bro. Johnny Somali literally ruined the country. I'm just saying, South Korea is the good Korea, and in case you are confused.
South Korea. What that means for us here at CNN, unclear.
Somebody says President Yoon became Kim Jong-un.
Bro, no! That wasn't even his... I thought that was his actual name. Like, I saw that meme, and I unironically thought that was his name.
Yeah.
Ironically, this guy's opposition is the Democratic Party. Listen, I have nothing against Democrats. I want you to make this clear. I just think that there happen to be a couple of fucking morons in the current Democratic Party of America.
Oh, God. Yeah, this guy's probably done.
Probably done. Probably done! Look at historical precedent! Holy shit! It is immediately clear this is a model democratic state with rich traditions. Very cool.
Broadcasting from the heart of Seoul, South Korea.
Oh, God.
But protesters, according to information that is just coming into our bureau here, are being told by law enforcement that they can be arrested without any warrant in this new chapter martial law that has begun.
That's exciting.
Bro literally tried to pull a Palpatine. He walked up to the fucking Senate. He sits down, spreads his legs, and he says, I am renaming the Senate as the first Korean Empire! And then he gets fucking stoned by the peasants.
An hour.
They just put you in jail for no reason.
So to bring our viewers up to speed, what exactly we're dealing with here, the president of South Korea, comes on TV in an unannounced address to the nation.
Unannounced. He literally just goes up and he's like, guys, I'm becoming a dictator now. It's all gonna be fine. And he really thought he'd get away with it. What a joke. Holy shit. I really, this is good. This is good.
Says Becky, because of what he described.
Not good as in, like, for the people in the country. I mean specifically good for me, someone who really enjoys a good helping of chaos in the morning. If you like chaos, subscribe.
As elements of government that are, from his view, sympathetic to North Korea, to communist forces. Because
it's always the greatest excuse ever. I am taking control of everyone and becoming a dictator because I am scared that some people might like communism a little too much. And everyone's like, oh, he makes a good point.
Those things and others, he is declaring martial law for the first time since this country has been ruled by military dictatorship in the 1980s.
Damn.
Now,
man, bro, he's bringing it back.
Yeah, dude.
So
he is making dictators great again. He is the MAGA of fucking... No, that was a joke. But, dude, holy shit. Little bro saw North Korea and he's like, yes! Yes! Oh my god, I can't believe this. This is actually insane. He made the speech at 10 o'clock at night so people wouldn't notice. Holy shit.
He just randomly comes up. He's like, guys, I got something for you. Hold up real quick.
Bro, this is like your average Genshin update. When Genshin Impact comes, spreads their asshole to the world and is like, congratulations, gacha players! We are making an announcement. Everything is going to be worse now.
We are trying to sort through what this means for democracy in this bastion of democratic rule in East Asia.
Yeah.
I live about just a couple minutes away from where we're broadcasting from. There are police, Becky, who are on their phones, calling their captains, calling their colleagues, asking, what are they to do? What is going on in the building that I live in? And when you're just walking through the streets, there are people who are running to their families' homes.
Dude, bro thinks he's the main character in Solo Leveling. I can't believe this shit. Like, can you imagine? Dude, I don't even want to think. Can you imagine Trump, January 5th rolls around, whatever, he walks up there, and he looks at the crowd, and he says, "The attempt on my life has left me scarred and deformed. I am announcing the first United States Empire!" Then everyone starts cheering. You hear the fucking, you know, imperialist soundtrack in the background. Like, dude, that would be fucking crazy. That would be crazy. Honestly, this guy couldn't pull it off, but Trump, I don't know, I feel like, I'm joking. I'm joking! This obviously is not happening, all right? Can y'all stop fear-mongering? This isn't happening. Didn't happen last time. It's not happening this time. He's not Hitler. Jews aren't in camps. At least not that I know of.
To be with them, to figure out what to do to be close to loved ones in this
holy shit
moment that is unprecedented.
There's no way there isn't.
Dude, Trump, I'm sorry, I have to. I am a comedian first and political analyst second, okay? God Emperor Trump walks up to the podium, gives everyone the big fucking speech. Bro pulls an Aaron Yeager, okay, to all Eldians. He announces the fucking United States Empire, the USE. All right, everyone goes fucking crazy. And then Trump turns to a random leftist in the room and says, "I like to do a little trolling. Just a little bit of trolling." Can you imagine? Can you imagine the chaos? Please, Trump, do that, actually. Actually, now that I think of it, please, Trump, do that.
This isn't... look, this guy... Anybody who ends up being like the prime minister or president or whatever of a country, they're not stupid. You might disagree.
I love how he says that take with his whole heart. Asmongold sits down and said, "Presidents cannot be stupid." Immediately camera pans to Biden, who hasn't had a single thought in the last 4 years. Bro, are you joking? Oh my God. Listen, I don't think Biden's stupid. I just think he's in a vegetative state, bro. I disagree on principle. Dude, if Kamala Harris would have won, I'm not saying she's stupid, but she totally didn't deserve that position. She was literally just propped up there. Like, dog. Oh my God. Holy, I completely disagree with this take. I think that presidents could be fucking dumb. Have you seen Trudeau? You've never been to Canada, probably. He's never heard Trudeau speak. Okay, so he doesn't know. All right, Mr. We don't say mankind. We say people kind. Yeah, all right, dude. Yeah, all right. Look, I don't need to keep giving examples, bro.
With them, and they might communicate.
Dude, Kanye West was running for president. Like, you just keep going. I'm sorry. I have to stop. But that was a bad take, bro.
Kate like an idiot, but they're not stupid people. What's the end game here?
Oh, the end game is him completely losing everything, but making a great spectacle and content for me. The way I see the world is a little more magnanimous than you. You see, I have, as a YouTuber, narcissist, healthy case of main character syndrome. Being backstabbed does that to a motherfucker. But case of main character syndrome here, I personally believe that every crazy event that happens in the world is so I can make content out of it. That's right, that's right. You are all puppets in my game. Subscribe for more of the game.
I feel like this has to be a smokescreen for something.
Nah, bro. He just dumb.
It doesn't.
Bro, look at the past prime ministers! Dude, these were the past prime ministers of the freaking South Korea. He didn't want to end up on this list. Ironically, he's gonna be in bold and underlined. But dog.
It has to. There's got to be something else that's going on here. I don't know. There's got to be.
So many of our memories. So Yoon Suk-yeol, the president of South Korea, did not lay out what specifically he wants to do with these martial law provisions. We're waiting for some sort of text that outlines
just do whatever he wants to do.
Power.
That's the funniest thing in the world. Now we have to see what amount of power the dictator is going to actually take. Dumbfuck, he's a dictator. He is taking all the power.
He says he will have.
Yeah.
But from the information that is trickling out, the leader of the Democratic opposition party, Lee Jae-myung, is saying, there's no way this can fly. And paraphrasing what he's saying as we're taking in all this information back.
Yeah,
this is an illegal move, and the opposition leader says. And
who's gonna prosecute him? The court that he owns? Bro, it's illegal. It's illegal to take over a fucking government. Illegal. All right, dude, good point, valid.
Be canceled. So lawmakers are streaming to Parliament, but we are also seeing reports of activity at Parliament being declared illegal as well.
That's good. You can put the people that don't, the other politicians disagree with you, put them in jail.
Doesn't that make sense? Like, let's be real here. Like, the best way to silence your opponents is to arrest them. Am I right? Like, why give them the freedom of speech if that's just gonna detract from your absolute power? Dude, I love how this guy literally went mask off in just a second. Like, he was not a loved prime minister before this, but holy shit. The way this man just is like, you know what? Mask off, silence the media, arrest the other politicians. Bro went full out. Nothing but respect.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's probably like, I mean, that's smart, right? I mean, because that way you don't have to deal with it.
Martial law regulations that apparently
don't agree with me. Yeah, exactly.
So to say that this is unsettling would absolutely be the understatement of the evening here at 11:42 p.m. local time on a Tuesday night.
Wow.
There are
random Tuesday night in middle of the night. Bro just takes the podium and announces new Eldia. He just says the rumbling is starting, and no one is. What the fuck's anyone gonna do about that shit?
Whole multitudes of people across the city who are stunned and are trying to figure out how an unpopular president made this move and what is going to happen next.
Dude, it's because he's unpopular. You could never predict a man whose back is in the corner. That's what it's all about. He's an unpopular president. He's fucking cooked. His final Hail Mary was just taking complete power. That was the point.
It's insane.
And what this means for democracy here in South Korea, Becky.
Democracy manifest. Becky's just like, fucked.
Stand by. I'm going to let you go just for the moment because I'm sure.
Well, it's not going to mean shit. Like, I mean, everybody thinks this guy's just a fucking idiot. Everybody voted against him. This shit's going to get overruled in like probably a few hours, and then everything's probably going to go back to normal.
Well, not for him. He's probably going to end up like in prison.
Like, that's probably what's going to happen, right? I mean, let's be honest. It already did. Yeah. So, I mean, fuck.
Wisely bringing in more information to CNN. Yeah. Thank you for the time being. I want to bring in Kenneth Choi, the international editor for the Korean newspaper, the Chosun Ilbo. It's good to have you. How do you assess what is going on and why?
What the fuck?
Well, actually, a lot of people are dismayed. I've been in close communication with a lot of people, journalists and friends in political circle. Actually, everybody's flabbergasted. Don't know what's going on right now. You understand why the president made his call the way he did it, but it's absolutely stunning. It seems like he hasn't informed a lot of people, even inside his circle.
Bro,
so there's a lot of
dude. He didn't even tell his bros and his homies. He literally went out for like a Thanksgiving speech, and he decided to just declare martial law. That's so good. Oh my god, dude, that's just so funny, dude. I mean, it's obviously bad. I'm not saying it's funny. Like, I'm condoning it. Okay, this is a very big difference here. Yeah, I will appreciate the comedy in the world while recognizing how fucked up it is. Okay, I'm just saying, Johnny Somali had to be in Korea for this shit.
Confusion going on. I mean, the opposition party has filed like. Yeah, go ahead.
That's nuts.
The craziest thing is, from what I understand, it's already over. Like, dude got cooked.
Yeah, but sorry, let me just be quite clear. You said you understand why the president did this, made this decision.
Why you do it?
Can you explain?
Take power.
What?
Why on earth did Palpatine fucking kill the Jedi?
That is. Why specifically do you believe that he has declared martial law, and who are these sort of communist elements that
Can women vote in Korea?
Not anymore. Good time.
Yeah, okay.
He is talking about wanting to purge.
Well, he is frustrated because the opposition party, which controls almost 2/3.
Okay, listen, we are all laughing at the women voting comment, but I can't stop the fact that this dude literally has vampire teeth. The news literally called a fucking vampire to ask him why he thinks the dictatorship is based, okay? I'm just saying, like, I don't know where this came from.
In the parliament, has impeached like 18 of his cabinet ministers level. Impeached the prosecutor general, so they are impeaching everybody, and then the opposition party cut down like almost $4 billion in the budget.
Yeah. I love how he's like talking about it's like it was a really good move of him to arrest his political enemies. That way no one could disagree with him. It's like, well, I mean, that's true, like pragmatically speaking.
Government budget. So he believed that the opposition party is trying to shut his government down, and he believed that or the leftist element from.
Who knows if that's what he believed? He's using this as an excuse to grab power, bro. Why do you think he believed that this was his only way?
The North Korean agents or whatever has penetrated into this movement.
You mean a guy with a lot of power wanted more power? I cannot unsee his vampire teeth. But like, do you think a guy with a lot of power wanted more power? He needs a good reason for that.
What a surprise.
They are, sort of inciting all these instability. I'm not sure whether this is deemed necessary to have a martial law. That's a secondary question. But when I said I understand
Isn't
why
this the incel president?
because he's frustrated.
I don't know.
I'm not sure whether that's justified because even the president of the ruling party said he would try to stop this. So right now there's a lot of confusion going on. The martial law committee chair, I guess whoever it is, has declared that no political activity is allowed from now on.
Just no more. That's a good idea. Yeah, just no more. There'd be a lot of people in my stream that would be happy about that. Yeah, we're done with politics. Like, yeah, we already listen. Everything's fine.
I disagree. Politics. So I used to think politics is toxic and we shouldn't cover it. Now I've completely. I've 180'd. I no longer feel like I care. Like if I get criticism for some random shit, I'm just gonna say my piece. I'm gonna do my shit. I'm not really super aligned with anyone, so at this point, I think that we could just sit back and laugh at the politics. Like, obviously, there's a lot of sad shit that goes on in the world, which is why we here on the Nuxanor channel only talk about pieces of shit, losers, and assholes. We don't talk about any actual tragedies. This is the line that I am drawing in the sand until I decide to stop doing that.
Let's just move on. We got other things to think about.
Dude, politics is literally my favorite cringe compilation of all time.
Yeah.
I think, as you said, the very essence of our democracy is probably come to a halt. I don't know whether it's
democracy has come to a halt. I personally vote this guy sees a dentist. All right, anyone else in chat? Anyone in chat also votes this guy sees a dentist.
Price we should pay. So a lot of people right now, it's middle of the midnight, so people are confused, still watching what's being sort of played out.
Yeah.
And actually, there's a lot of legal aspects into this that needs to be taken care of. First, the president declared martial law, but the parliament can override this.
Yeah, of course.
And if the parliament requests with a simple...
Wait, you mean that it can be overridden by a parliament? Bro, this is the craziest thing. This is a democracy, bro. This is a democracy! No shit, a random guy can't just stand up and be like, oh, hey, I'm becoming a dictator, and everyone be like, oh shit, oh well.
Majority request to
and so they did. So there was a simple majority. The simple majority was every single person in the entire parliament. True. And there was not a single person outside of this.
Yeah, but you're looking at this the wrong way. He could just arrest the people that are voting against him.
Voted against it. It was 190 to 0. Yeah, like this guy's he's having a really bad day.
I mean, I have to say, like, it gets to a point where someone is just a level of dumbass enough that I can no longer feel any mercy for them. I lose all empathy for you as a person once you reach that zenith of dumbfuck. Like, on the one hand, I think every human is important and shit, but like at some point, I just can't be bothered.
Oh, they have 300 members? Oh, okay.
The martial law back into the cabinet, then he has to follow through.
But still a simple majority.
Or does he bind to follow through, or does he just continue to declare martial law? It still remains to be seen. So a lot of people are very, very confused at this time of hour.
Wow.
You said a lot of people are confused.
Yeah.
Why is this lady having such a hard time? Dude, imagine if the president of your country gets up, announces himself as a dictator, and every person votes against him. So the president decides, you know what? I'm just going to mobilize the army and arrest the people that are voting against me. Classic democracy. I would also be confused.
Like, what the? Yeah,
very late
I feel
at
like this came out of nowhere. I never heard anything about this. Like, it's not like I keep up with Korea's politics, but
no. I mean, I think the reason why this is particularly funny, it's like Trump is coming into office, right? Which is one of the craziest like things ever, right? So Trump is coming into office. Ukraine and Russia are at war. Israel is at war. The Congo is at war. Syria is having a civil war. And Korea was like, talk about me now! And Dumbfuck the Third stands up and announces he's becoming Palpatine too. Like, dog, you can't, like, this is insane.
I mean, I had no idea anything like this was even, like, theoretically gonna happen.
This announcement was made on live
Anything for a drop of clout.
television at 10:30 at night. Can you explain why you believe that the president might have made this decision to go live with this so late in the evening?
Everybody's asleep.
Why not wait until tomorrow?
He can take over overnight.
Is there any understanding as to whether he thought, you know, leaving this until the morning would have been a risk?
Dude, he wanted to do it in the middle of the night because less people would be able to react on time. I love how she's asking questions. It's just like, I don't understand. It's almost like this goes against democracy. No! No!
I have no idea.
Really, Professor McGonagall?
To tell you the truth, I don't know why he chose this time of the
He did it this time of the day because it would blindside the most people.
day to declare martial law.
I don't know why he would have made this decision at a time where most people wouldn't be able to properly react. Bro thought it was a fucking video game. He was trying to win.
To me, and a lot of people that I talk to, think that I'm not sure whether he has thought through this whole procedure at this moment.
Yeah, I feel like this is a bit of a miscalculation.
No! I love how this guy watched Star Wars, okay, and was like, holy shit, Palpatine did it. And like, he didn't realize that the Clone Wars actually describes a lot more context that went into his plan. The fact that the Palpatine plan took like 50, 70 years, it kind of went over his head there. He didn't realize that. And he was like, wait a second. All we need to do is announce democracy and people will cheer.
I mean, I just can't believe that, though. I can't believe that, like, this is something that, like, even a high schooler would know this is probably not a good idea, right? So, like, whenever I see somebody doing something that doesn't make sense, and I don't think that the person is stupid, I always think that there's something else that's going on that I'm not aware of.
All right, I get what he's saying. I don't look at the world that way. I think it's a fault in me, but I think I attribute things to stupidity more than I attribute them to malice. Maybe that's just my perspective, but when I see someone do something malicious and dumb, I normally am inclined to think that it's probably because of dumbness. That's just my personal takeaway. I think this guy's a dumbass. That's my hot take. I really don't think it's trying to obfuscate some situation. I think he maybe knew his time was up as president and he was like, Hail Mary, I'm gonna do that shit. So that's kind of my thoughts. He was like, well, you know, maybe I can get away with it, in which case I'll definitely be I'll be fucking powerful and shit. Instead of, you know, next week when I'm fired for having an approval rating of 10% or impeached or imprisoned or given the death penalty like all the other South why do I keep saying that? South Korean people. So, I don't know. That's my my incredible analysis here. I think the guy's a fucking moron.
You know what I mean?
You know, the police are in confusion. The military is not mobilized at all.
Protecting his wife? Yeah, something like that, right?
I just looked out the window and the traffic is still going on without any, you know, problems. So, and then, you know, the martial law committee just declared that no political, you know, association is allowed. But that's just the words, you know, there's no...
No, they went hard on COVID. I remember because there was this one, this Korean girl that I would talk to all the time. And I asked her, like, what it was like in COVID. And they said that they would go and, what do you call it? Like, they would be able to, like, watch your phone and they would send you notifications that you had to respond to, like, geolocate you.
That's crazy.
Now, this girl was a loser. She was a super loser.
I mean, yeah, she was talking to you as like a boyfriend. So, I mean, that was a joke! We all love Asmongold. He's just a little smelly and dirty, but we love him.
As she didn't do anything. Like, she sits in her house all day. So, like, this literally did not affect her at all. But, like, she was telling me about it. Yeah, they did some crazy stuff.
Rights are a suggestion in some places. We got to respect that.
Movement by the military or police. So, you know, it's really a puzzling thing. I don't know why he chose this time of the night. I mean, declaring martial law and putting everybody, you know, on their toes. So it's a good question.
That's nuts. Holy shit.
Damn. It's an insane situation, dude. What?
What is this?
Oh my God.
How can the Associated Press not get that? How can y'all not get this right? There's one speaker and there's another speaker. How can you not figure this out? How can you not do this? It's so easy. Okay, give me a minute. I'll just change. It's fine. It's real hard, right? Damn, bro, they should pay me. Yeah. So everybody's protesting and shit too? You think all of this happened because Johnny Somali?
Yes, absolutely. If he would have just made an example out of Johnny Somali would have showed up and he would have been like, Johnny Somali, we are flaying your skin from your bones. And everyone would have cheered and everyone would have been happy. And he would have then announced his dictatorship. And they would have been like, you know what? This guy's kind of based. I'm just saying.
We don't know that that's not the reason. So,
dude, Johnny Somali is the Sonichu amulet for countries. This dude is an actual blight to everywhere he goes. It's insane.
A good possibility it could have something to do with it.
The president announced this martial law very late.
Dude, look at these people. Like, they're suffering here. Can you imagine this happening where you are? This is a democracy. This isn't like some random war-torn country in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. Like, dude, this is a democracy. And this could just happen. That's awesome. Holy shit.
In the middle of the night over there in South Korea right now, the intent to quash dissent, but the images we're seeing coming out of South Korea is not what you were seeing an escalatory tense situation there outside of the government building. I want to go to Mike Valeria to bring us there on the scene with what is unfolding, Mike.
Well, Rahul, we now have this ban, this declaration of martial law.
Maybe troops in North Korea and Russia or something, what triggered him to declare martial law? He's afraid to lose power.
He's afraid to lose power, and he made a dumb decision. That's my incredible analysis. I am no political analyst. Don't take anything I say seriously. I am just saying, if I would be a dictator, it would suck, but it would be very funny. Not that I want to be a dictator, but if I would be a dictator, it would be very funny. But it would not, like, be productive, but it would be very funny.
I don't think anybody really knows. Like,
even the guy himself that announced this doesn't know. Even he's like, why the fuck did I do that?
You can, in my opinion, I bet this is probably a smokescreen for something that he's trying to do that he probably shouldn't be doing. That's what I assume, because that's the only thing that would make sense to me as like a logical person.
My hot take is he's a dumbass. I mean, listen, I could be completely wrong. I could see Asmongold being right, but I have like such a hard time looking at people doing dumb things and like trying to attribute it to some sort of nefariousness. Obviously, I don't know this guy, this fucking president dude, but I don't know. I just think that he's probably just a moron. He wanted more power.
That has been overturned by Parliament. Will Ripley, our colleague in Taipei, was just saying it should take a simple majority of Parliament to overturn this, and that has happened within the past 2 to 3 minutes. Applause breaking out in the National Assembly. We're headed there now.
Big surprise.
But certainly a feeling of palpable apprehension of demonstrators trying to get to the National Assembly. We're seeing members of the military, law enforcement in their green camouflaged helmets and uniforms. And we had reports that these members of law enforcement were trying to stop members of the National Assembly from coming into the building to overturn this declaration of martial law. But
so from what I understand here, and my sources seem to be telling me that they are trying to get into the parliament to overturn the martial law thing, and they're literally barricading the building to prevent people from voting on time. Holy shit.
Enough members.
That's smart. Yeah, because you have the people, like, you can't have a vote if they can't get in the building.
That's it. That is literally it. Like, dude, they are literally doing their fucking best to prevent the voters from getting into the building. Now that's a democracy, okay? Listen. Now that is democracy. Very excited for the fucking American parties to take notes for this shit for the 2028 election. It's gonna be fire. I'm very excited. Like, dude, he'll just have a sniper in the distance. Every time they see someone voting with a MAGA hat, they just get immediately dropped. And then you have those are the blue snipers, and then the red snipers are gonna be sitting on the other building. And anytime they see someone with like blue dyed hair about to vote, they just fucking release their dogs on them. Like, dude, it's gonna be great. Like, listen, your vote doesn't count if you can't get to the fucking voting booth. Listen, it's just democracy, okay?
So you just don't let them in a building. You wait till everybody's out of the building, and then you change the rules, and then you don't want anybody back in the building to change it back.
It's such a stupid fucking idea, right? This sounds like a video game, like a dumb video game, right? Like they leave the house, and then you lock them out of the house, and they're stuck in some room or something because they can't open the door. Like, that is what this looks like, dude. That is literally what this looks like.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Like you're walking with somebody and then you lock them in the elevator, you push all the buttons on the elevator so it takes them a fuck ton of time to actually go down the floors of the building because you literally hit all the buttons on the elevator and you just wave to them as they slowly descend below you down 47 flights of elevators, slowly stopping on every floor, and you're just literally waiting at the fucking bottom and you're like, yes, he will never reach the bottom. Oh god, this is so fun. Dude, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, there we go.
Get in, again, 1:06 a.m. here in Seoul, and members of the National Assembly have overturned martial law in South Korea minutes ago. So now the question is, what does South Korea's president do now that lawmakers
Okay, so he's a dictator. All right, now what?
Have overturned...
I mean, you could say sorry. Like,
you pull out the ukulele. He pulls out a ukulele. I start doing an apology video. I made a continuous and severe lapse in judgment. I really thought everyone would be totally chill and cool with this. It was my bad.
Look, I mean, it is what it is. Guys, I mean, you know.
Yeah, it's
my bad.
Oopsie.
Martial law in South Korea across the country. He did this.
It was just a prank, bro.
As a way to reclaim power. He is a very weak president. His approval ratings hovering in the upper 20%.
And how are people even giving him any poor form of approval? This is insane. Can you imagine 20% of being like, yeah, that's my president?
Conservative figure.
20%? Why is everybody hate? Oh, damn, that sucks.
In this country for decades as a strong prosecutor, as somebody who has taken a strong stance against North Korea and aggression coming from north of the DMZ. And
I am against North Korea's aggression. I am only pro my own aggression. Proceeds to beat someone up.
He did this, as far as we can tell, because there have been unending calls to impeach him, to remove him from office.
Dude. That's yeah. So it's like people want to get you. Yeah, But it's like, how did you think this was like? There's no way.
I'm just saying right now, this is like a IRL pre-watch. Asmongold is literally coming around in real time to the Nux theory. You are witnessing right now this man completely U-turn, okay? Completely U-turn and completely agree with the Nux theory. Bro was hated. He was like, oh shit, I'm gonna lose power. So he did something fucking stupid to gain power, and he ended up falling off harder than the ending of Naruto Shippuden.
Wait, he actually thought this was gonna work, right?
See, I think in his mind, he thought that he had a 10% chance of succeeding. And it was either a 10% chance of succeeding a revolution, coup, dictatorship, or complete and utter downfall regardless. So he was like, you know what? Fuck it. He's a dumbass. Yes, I'm glad we're all agreeing. It takes a while for everyone to reach my intellectual cylinders firing at full force. But when it comes to sniffing out dumb fucks on the internet, oh shit, am I something of a bloodhound?
I mean, there's no way that would work. I mean,
in an address to the nation a few hours ago, that this was his way of strengthening control of government, which he said has been paralyzed by these calls for his impeachment and calls to impeach other members of the government, heads of ministries that he installed as well. So the question is, how does the president respond? How does law enforcement and members of the military respond? I can tell you that we have early reports of law enforcement starting to pull back from the building. And you can see on the screen more and more people getting into the National Assembly. So we're going to see...
They fucking barricaded it. They made like a pillow fort out of the Congress so people can't vote. Like, this is actual clown world. Holy crap.
Cold, but again, in a dramatic tableau, lawmakers in Seoul just voted to overturn martial law.
No! They voted to overturn martial law. Oopsie poopsie.
Applause ringing out throughout the building.
Yeah, obviously.
Really remarkable how quickly all of this is unfolding.
No, dude, it was just the president over here. He put a little sign saying no girls allowed on the voting booths because you know, he's an incel and shit, and that's how. And this is the conclusion.
Mike, my understanding.
I think that like probably for South Koreans, there's like a huge. Like, this probably matters a lot more for them.
No!
Because, I mean, we never had something like this happen.
What did he just... Yeah, this definitely does matter more for Koreans. Yes, this, you know, honestly, this is the level of riveting commentary I am here. No, I'm kidding. I love Asmongold's commentary because, like, bro just... Like, I feel like he gives the I don't want to say the layman opinion. That's not nice. I do think Asmongold is actually really smart when it comes to human psychology, in some ways. But other times he just says stuff and I'm like, yes, on the nose.
Happen here, really. I think the US probably be kind of the same, but I could see places in Europe that probably wouldn't have this same type of reaction, maybe? I don't know. But I think with South Korea, it's especially...
Wait, dog, what? You really think that the fucking president of England or France or the prime ministers rather or whatever, like they'll show up and they'll start a dictatorship and the people in France and England will just be like, whatever, it's okay, I have my water bottle, I don't need to get involved.
Poignant because of North Korea. Because they live right below a group of people who basically are them, but there's effectively like a, big wall and they're stuck over there.
Dude, this is the fucking riveting geopolitical analysis I am here for. Okay, Liz. Yes, they do have a wall and they are like them. And they also have nuclear weapons, a vindictive leader, and a will to completely destroy South Korea and take over. Which I would argue is a lot scarier than people that look like them behind a wall. But anyway, listen.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Like, that's really where I bet that's probably what stresses them out a lot. That's why they would be...
I do think it stresses them out. I think it's mostly the nuclear shit, the volatile shit, the wanting to conquer people shit.
So negative.
I think they see Russia invading Ukraine and they're like, oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, crap. I don't want to be next. I do think they're scared of that.
Wait to this.
As you are there, you're on the phone with us. Just help us understand what's happening there right now outside of that. And obviously we see the video, but you're able to see the full picture. So bring us there.
Yeah, we're on our way there. We're in our bureau in the center of the city because we weren't sure if we were going to be able to have a signal. If it
pushing each other
was safe for us to broadcast. But, the center of gravity of what is happening is at the national...
What's weird to me is like I'm from America. So if I see somebody like this, it's like, yeah, he's probably on fentanyl or something. But apparently in Korea, there aren't as many zombies over there. So, this is probably something that happened, due to this event specifically?
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime, because, there's...
is at the National Assembly building. But weird. I can tell you, throughout the streets, where we are in the center of Seoul right now, and as you move throughout the city, there are police officers on the phone who are wondering what is going on, who are calling their captains. Yeah. You can overhear them in Korean saying, what are we doing? What is happening right now? There are people who are leaving bars, who are leaving restaurants, calling their moms, calling their dads, calling their children, saying, I'm coming home right now.
Bro.
This has not happened within the 21st century, a declaration of martial law.
Yeah.
Something that remains in memories of people from the 1980s when South Korea was still under a military dictatorship.
Oh,
so people are bracing for what the president, Yoon Suk-yeol, could do now and what orders he will give the military and law enforcement, and will they be heeded? Will those orders be heeded now that...
North Korea could invade soon? They're not going to invade. If North Korea invaded, literally everybody would help South Korea. Nobody wants to deal with North.
That's what Ukraine said too, but it's still pretty fucking brutal. I mean, listen, I don't know. I think that 5 years ago, no one expected the wars that went on over the last year to happen, and they did. I mean, there's always that fear. I feel like that fear is definitely always there and present, but
North Korea. Also, I think a lot of North Korea's power is probably totally artificial because they don't really have much. I don't think they have much of an economy. They probably don't have anything that they're really doing. And so,
I mean, that's dude, I have to say, listen, I don't know what it is about Trump, but that man has some fucking bangers, right? Didn't he make a tweet talking about how North Korea has a red button, but I have a much bigger red button? My red button is much bigger than yours, tiny rocket man. Holy shit, dude.
So I couldn't really see it happen. I bet it's probably a shithole over there.
The government, the parliament, the National Assembly has voted to overturn the president's declaration.
Pretty sure they do have nukes. Weren't they testing nukes in the oceans? At different points? They definitely have bombs that could fucking kill a lot of innocent people. And I do think people are definitely scared about that shit, for sure.
That he is in charge. Martial law reigns. Anybody can be arrested without a warrant. That has just been overturned minutes ago.
The question, as you point out, though, is the practical effect, right? Will the president comply with this? Will Ripley, I want to go back to you because that is a key question now. The impact that this vote there in Parliament, this overnight vote, will have on the martial law declaration. As far as I know, we haven't heard from the president again.
But the president goes up, announces martial law, and just skedaddles out of there in case shit goes south? Dude, no.
Essentially, this boils down to how much support President Yoon has.
Bro has no support. He's cooked. It's over. All right? No one wants to go back to a military dictatorship.
From the military itself. And would the military honor this vote in Parliament where people had to wrangle themselves into the building? But as far as we know at this point, there were no shots fired. This was not something that turned into what could have been an absolutely brutal and
That's what the Americans call a peaceful protest?
Horrific moment for this democracy.
It's still pretty horrific, I would say. It's not horrific. No one was murdered in the street. I mean, someone did try to seize military power and become a dictator. But, like, this wasn't, like, a horrific moment. I mean, there was a protest, but, like, I mean, like, what are you saying?
You know, a life-altering moment for this democracy, but that hasn't happened. They pushed their way to the building, they voted, and now they've overturned it. So does President Yoon have the support of the military to try to keep this thing going? But again, keeping in mind just how deeply unpopular he is, there's been the perception by some in South Korea that he's used this North Korean issue, you know, even issuing nationwide alerts that people felt were gratuitous for things like a North Korean, you know, missile launch test, to try to scare people, to try to rally people behind his agenda, a deeply unpopular agenda that is being essentially stomped out at every opportunity by the opposition in Parliament. And he's grown so frustrated, apparently so paranoid, thinking that North Korean agents have somehow infiltrated the South Korean Parliament and are acting through his opposition to try to...
I mean, maybe that's happening. Like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's probably not happening, but...
I mean, I doubt it's happening. Listen, it's possible. It is possible. You never know. You never know. But I do feel like this is what every person in political office does when their opposition is against them. They try to do anything they can to either discredit them or assume that they're villains or agents and shit like that.
Like, maybe.
I mean, it definitely does align with why he would do such a thing, but not enough. This is like a schizo moment, bro. For real. Sleeper cell North Korean politicians infiltrating South Korea? Like, ain't no fucking way. And he really thinks his solution, instead of exposing people for being spies, his solution is just arresting random political adversaries, becoming a dictator? Like, people are gonna be like, oh yeah, this is the guy I trust. Yeah, you're right.
They have. I mean, like, if I was North Korea, I'd be trying to do that.
Undermine his agenda.
Like, that's just me.
But the fact that he would surprise even members of his inner circle with this, and to make this announcement in an unexpected way.
Dude's at Thanksgiving dinner. He's sitting there with his mom. He's like, Mom, I just wanted to let you know, I am no longer letting women vote in this country. And the mom is like, wait, what? Do I have a say in this? And he's like, actually, you literally do not have a say in this. Like, surprise!
Declare martial law.
To save democracy, I became a dictator and arrested my political opponents and took over the media because of a plot that there's no evidence of that probably exists.
His nation into chaos at a time where there is already so much uncertainty in the world. It raises a lot of questions about his mindset at this moment, what he's thinking, what is his plan B now that this has been overturned? Had he thought about this? And these are all questions that we don't know the answer to. We have to literally sit back and watch this completely unexpected, out of left field curveball that has been thrown our way in South Korea. Of all the things happening and brewing in the world, the story I was working on all day about North Korea and what's going on with them and with Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un. Definitely didn't expect Pamela to be here talking with you about this tonight after midnight here in Taipei.
And I certainly didn't expect to be leading.
Shots fired.
Oh, oops, I just skipped. My bad. I don't think anyone expected this to happen whatsoever. I think this is the most unexpected development in politics right now. Literally no one saw this coming.
Again, keeping in mind just how deeply unpopular he is, there's been the perception by some in South Korea that he's used this North Korean issue, even issuing nationwide alerts that people felt were gratuitous for things like a North Korean missile launch test, to try to scare people, to try to rally people behind his agenda, a deeply unpopular agenda. Undermine his agenda, but the fact that he would surprise—
He keeps talking about undermining agendas. Every time I hear this man speak, it's like, yeah, he doesn't want his agenda to be— Dude shot himself in the foot and is bleeding out from that bullet hole.
Even members of his—
Like, do you think people are really gonna see him do this and support him after all this and be like, you know what, he makes a good point?
Circle with this, and to make this announcement in an unexpected way, declare martial law, throw his nation into chaos at a time where there is already so much uncertainty in the world, it raises a lot of questions about his mindset at this moment, what he's thinking, what is his plan B now that this has been overturned. Had he thought about this? And these are all questions that we don't know the answer to. We have to literally sit back and watch this completely unexpected, out of left field curveball that has been thrown our way in South Korea. Of all the things happening and brewing in the world, the story I was working on all day about North Korea and what's going on with them and with Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un, definitely didn't expect Pamela to be here talking with you about this tonight.
Editor, you'll skip that part that I rewatched just to get back to where we're up to. But dude, this is glorious, A man working all day on a North Korea hit piece, shit, whatever, and then the president is just like, supplies!
After midnight here in Taipei.
And I certainly didn't expect to be leading the show with this. And it is the ultimate curveball. And we were just talking about this, MJ Lee, just what a shock this is for our viewers just turning in. Look, this is a vibrant democracy in South Korea. This is the first time a president of South Korea has declared martial law in the Democratic era. And now the parliament voted to overturn that. But it is an extraordinary move, and it's something that Americans should be paying attention to. What is President Biden?
I wonder what she's alluding to when she says America should be paying attention to this. I wonder what Trump is thinking. Do you think Trump is like, the plan is not ready yet? Thank you, my associate in North and South Korea, for proving that I cannot pull this off yet. Give me some time. Like, what do you think Trump is thinking? Like, I just wonder what's going through his head when he's watching this. He's like, yes. We are not ready. Holy shit.
Insane right now.
Yeah, as we were discussing before, when I saw these headlines coming into my inbox, I was completely stunned. I mean, it is so extraordinary what we have seen over the last few hours in South Korea. As you pointed out, martial law has not existed in South Korea
since— I love how everyone keeps saying this like it's an incredible moment. Stop repeating the same shit! We have never seen this happen before. It is an unforeseen thing that has happened. I have never foreseen such a happening. That's pretty fucking crazy.
It's the 1980s. I was born there in the very last year that there was a military dictatorship in the country. Right before there was the first democratic presidential election that elected Noteu at the time. I think Mike was making this point before, for people in my parents' generation and my grandparents' generation, the kinds of scenes we are seeing and the headlines that we are talking about, that is not history for them. They lived through these—
that's probably why people got so upset about this too over there. Johnny Somali is still there? I guess so,
Good luck leaving now. Dude, this is the best tweet of the entire coup. Okay, this is the best tweet. I asked my Korean coworker what's going on in South Korea today. Hey, what's going on in South Korea? Not sure, playing League of Legends. They declared martial law or something? League of Legends. That is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. This only matters to people that go outside. Imagine going outside. Hilarious. Oh my god, hilarious. Dude, but the things that's been going on is fucking insane. Look at this shit. Dude, like, this is a citizen in South Korea literally fighting with soldiers. The gun is pointed at her. Holy shit, I'm holy.
Moments of upheaval and violence when they were growing up. So I cannot imagine how shocking this must be for the folks actually in the country. And to have this come out in an unplanned address practically in the middle of the night, none of this was expected. As for the reaction from here in Washington, obviously the president is not here. President Biden is traveling in Angola right now. We have heard basically nothing from the president himself so far. All we have now is a...
You mean Biden didn't make a very well-worded thing to address the people as to what's going on? That's crazy. I'm so shocked because Biden is so good about addressing things as they happen in his own words. So this is very surprising to me personally. I personally am shocked, floored, maybe even flabbergasted. I can't believe it. Oh no. Oh God, I just looked it up to see if he said Biden after South Korea took all the attention from him pardoning his son. Yep. No one needs to talk about that. No one cares. No one gives a fucking shit about Biden pardoning his son right now.
Statement, actually just a sentence from a National Security Council spokesperson saying the administration is in contact with the ROK government and is monitoring the situation closely. Well, at some point, are we going to hear from the president?
No, of course not.
Are we going to get a sense of what his reaction is to this so that we have a better sense of what position the United States government is going to take as all of these scenes are unfolding? And I do think we should talk about the Biden-Yoon relationship and the U.S.-South Korea relationship. This is a president who has made real efforts to build up and foster and strengthen the U.S.'s alliances with countries like South Korea and Japan in 2020.
This is like the funniest shit in the world. Like, to see people's actual mental gymnastics. I'm sorry, I can't. This is the fucking funniest thing in the universe. Trump has been president for less than a month and South Korea is already falling apart. Readers note, Trump won't be president until January 20th. Oh my God, people, I'm telling you, people will literally see something go on and find a way to blame it on something that goes against their personal political biases. Like, dude, you can't make this shit up. Oh my God, that's good shit. That's awesome. That's good. Yeah, all right.
2022, when he made his first trip as president to Asia, he visited Korea and Japan. Last year, you might recall that he hosted Yoon Suk-yeol for a state visit at the White House, really rolling out the red carpet for this president, the South Korean president that just did something so unprecedented.
Dude,
you would think this would be a good moment for the president and this administration to really weigh in.
I mean, I feel like this is such a bad take. It's like, they literally rolled open the red carpet for this guy. He was the president, and he's obviously a dumbass villain against democracy, dictator monster, and he was treated with respect. This is such a bad fucking take. Can people stop doing this shit? He was the leader of another country. They treat him with respect. It's regardless of who the fuck he is. It makes so little difference. They didn't know he was gonna run this fucking dictatorship bullshit. You treat him with respect because he's the leader of another country, and if you treat him with no respect, you're treating another country with no respect. Like, it's the thing. Like, Trump becomes president. I think every single world leader should welcome Trump as president. Even if you don't like him for the myriad of reasons there are to dislike him, he's the fucking president of the country, and you treat him with respect. The end. I think it's just such basic humanity. It's like, they treated him with respect, and look what he did. They need to make a statement. This is like the people that try to cancel YouTubers because a YouTuber treated another YouTuber with respect. Then it turns out the other YouTuber was cringe. And it's like, the YouTuber you collaborated with before was cringe. You need to make a statement. Like, get out of here. Miss me with that shit.
So far, nothing
Damn, they
yet.
broke the windows too. Holy shit. Yeah, this is nuts, man.
Yeah,
like, I wonder what's going to happen. Wow. CNN's downplaying this. They lie. War is coming. I don't know about that, bro. Like, that's a lot. Yeah, as long as the government is a U.S. ally and aligns with the U.S., they don't care. South Korea on January 6th, no joke. I mean, I think you're kind of right.
I think this is even worse than January 6th. And I, for the record, think January 6th is fucking awful. I think January 6th was very bad. But this is, like, this is way worse. Dude actually came out there and wanted to become a dictator. Like, you could argue what Trump's intentions were, weren't, whatever. He never did this shit. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Oh, man. That's crazy. Wow. And president accused the opposing party of being North Korean spies, goes on TV to mandate martial law. Parliament calls a vote. Military is summoned by the president, but political aides block them at the door.
Bro, that's the craziest thing. Parliament calls a vote, and they're like, okay, let's go to Parliament to vote. And they literally do not let him in. They don't let them in to vote. It's like, you can't vote. We locked you out. We changed the locks. We put a chair on the door. Apparently they barricaded the doors with furniture and shit.
My God. Holy shit. They vote unanimously 109 after 109 to stop martial law.
Ladies and gentlemen, democracy has spoken. 190 to 0 against martial law.
President must accept this or be deemed illegitimate. Man, it is a bad day to be him.
Well, I mean, yes.
Yeah, it's really a bad day. Barricade civilian aides to politicians, keep military out so it can stop martial law from the president.
They literally are putting furniture in front of doors.
Holy shit.
That's insane.
God damn. Wow.
That is wild.
Well.
Yeah, oh, that's crazy.
It's 109.
Anyway, yeah, 190 to 0. That's fucking insane. Well, honestly, I think the moral of the story is the more chaos that happens in the world, the more content I will have. And I do think that the other moral of the story is if you fuck around, you might actually find out. I know, that is such a wild take, but if you fuck around, you might even find out. So thank you so much for being here. I do hope you enjoyed. This was good. Someone dropped Godzilla in North Korea, South Korea. I don't know, man. It's crazy shit. But yeah, we're gonna be moving on. We're gonna be doing some other stuff, but this was crazy. Subscribe for more chaos, and remember to stay weird, fam. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.